Golf India, final 2-1 for full stop.
Golf India, Southwind 290 degrees, 15 knots.
Golf India.
Golf November Yankee, immediate departure, runway 21 left. Feet on the floor, temperatures and pressures are green, airspeed is rising.
Uniform Tango, what's the wind speed?
290 degrees, 10, 12 knots.
Uniform Tango, final 28.
Hey, 500 feet flaps up. Golf November Yankee is climbing away to the east.
Altitude.
Changing over now to Southend radar 13078, so bye-bye.
November Yankee, Roger.
Okay, can you get the flight board for me?
Yep.
Put it. Thank you very much. Cheers. Southend radar, good evening. Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee traffic service.
Golf November Yankee, Southend radar, standby 1, break easy 13 Tango Foxtrot. So deconfliction service for the next 3 miles.
Deconfliction service, easy 13 Tango Foxtrot.
Golf November Yankee, pass your message.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee is level 2,000 feet, just climbing out of Stapleford. Heading 07, correction 080 degrees to request radar vectors ILS approach runway 23.
November Yankee, information Mike, QNH is 1013, squawk 4575.
4575, QNH 1023, copy information Mike, Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, QNH 1013.
1013, my apologies, Golf November Yankee.
November Yankee traffic service, say flying VFR or IFR?
IFR Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, clear to enter controlled airspace on your present heading, maintain 2,000 feet, factoring ILS approach runway 23.
Heading 080 degrees and clear to enter controlled airspace level 2,000 feet, 1023 Golf November Yankee. Okay, this flight board is going to take a while to get used to though. So what they're asking me to do now is maintain heading 080, okay? So I'm going to maintain that heading. We're in VLOC mode, so I'm going to identify the ILS approach.
November Yankee, say your intention from the approach?
We are looking for a low approach and go around controller initiated if possible for the first one, and then one more for the second.
That's November Yankee, roger on the missed approach, climb straight ahead 2,000 feet.
Okay, after the missed approach, climb straight ahead, altitude 2,000 feet, Golf November Yankee. So missed approach, the heading is 234 and the altitude 2,000 feet. Brilliant, isn't it? So I've got it there, so I can refer to it later. Obviously, that's what I'm going to be doing. It's quite hard to maintain this heading sometimes. Obviously, we're too far from the airport at the moment. The airport's over there somewhere. But I need to identify. Okay.
Where is your frequency?
Yeah, that's alright, I'm with them now. It's basically, that's a warning that if you're going into controlled airspace, it tells you who to go with. Obviously today, because it's bumpy, I'm doing 50% power.
Yep.
Just because it makes it a lot smoother. If you go at 70%, I find the faster you go in 120 knots, it's a little bit more bumpy. It's not too bad. We'll see how it is, but it seems okay at the moment. Alright, the ILS approach has come in, so I'm going to try and identify it.
November Yankee radar control service.
Radar control service, Golf November Yankee. And if possible, can we have a initiated go around over the threshold?
Golf November Yankee FM. 13 Tango Foxtrot, contact tower 127.730.
127.730, easy.
So I'm following the heading 080 and I'm checking this, so I'm going to try and identify. I can just about hear it, it's fine. Okay, that's identified, and a DME. Hear it?
Yeah.
So that's identified. It's always good to keep identifying it, but once you've identified it, it should come up on here, and it's accurate that we're following that. Okay, so we're good with fuel. Direction's good. Altitude 2,000 feet, and we're good with all the frequencies. The frequency for tower is 12773. I'm just pre-select 12773.
Yankee, turn left heading 050 degrees downwind.
050 degrees downwind, Golf November Yankee. So he's told me a heading, selecting the heading, maintaining 2,000 feet at the same time, if I can. But obviously the turbulence sometimes can get you. And we're in the good trim. 050 the heading, and the frequency for the tower was 12773. I've selected the tower frequency, so when I'm on the approach, all I do is flick a button and it goes straight over.
Yeah.
Okay. 234 selected, idented on the ILS approach.
After the Yankee, turn left again heading 040 degrees.
Left 040, Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, 18 track miles from touchdown.
All copy for runway 23, Golf November Yankee. So, because we're in controlled airspace, obviously I will peak out every now and again. But what I'm supposed to be following is doing my panel scan to make sure I'm keeping this heading, keeping this altitude, and we're not going up and down like a yo-yo, okay? And then the speed is okay. So on the base leg turn, I'm going to reduce to 50% power and put a stage of flap in once we're in below 108 knots. And then obviously keep 2,000 feet until obviously the point when we are on the approach, I reduce to 18%. Which then means I'll go down the glide path and I should follow these yellows all the way down and maintain that heading, okay? I'm expecting that I'm going to have to turn right 260 wind correction angle because of the winds. I think sounds about right.
Are you maintaining it right now?
I'm maintaining 040 because if you look at the airports to our right hand side, obviously we're flying something called downwind at the moment, okay? Get me?
Yep.
So that's basically downwind leg, and then when I turn right it's called base leg, and then you turn to final, which would be the approach track, and then I'm following this down to the runway. When we get really low down, he's going to tell us to go around. We're going to come back around again and do another one and touch, and then go back to Stapleford. Alright? Not doing too bad at the moment. I don't know what the viewers think. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you, and thumbs up, and comment.
And turn right heading 140 degrees, base.
Turn right 140, base leg off November Yankee. Okay, so reduce the power to 50%. And I'm waiting for 108 knots. And then following this heading, I'm doing a maximum of 15 degrees, which is an instrument turn. I need to go down just slightly a little bit.
Leaving altitude.
Fine. All the way around to that heading. I have to reduce the power slightly more. 140 the heading, And we are in the flap speed.
Golf November Yankee, turn right heading 215, cleared ILS approach.
Right turn at 215, cleared ILS approach, Golf November Yankee.
Good evening, Midlands 9731, passing 1,800, climbing 3,000 on the Brookwood Park for departure.
Midland 9731, Southend Red Orange.
Okay, so the approach is coming in, maintaining 2,000 feet. Once the yellows come in, I'm going to reduce to 18% power, okay? So there's the runway ahead, I can see it already. Yep. But if we was in cloud, we wouldn't see the runway. Obvious. Right at the moment. Right, so there's the runway heading. And it's about 260.
Midland 9731, climb now to altitude 4,000 feet.
Climb now, altitude 4,000 feet, Midland 9731.
Okay, so the yellow lubber line is in the middle pool, and I'm tracking the runway. I'm just waiting for the glide path to come.
Tower 127.730.
127.730, we're localised, we're established from 823. Okay, so I'm looking at the mileage before we contact tower, 11 miles. Southend Tower, good evening, Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, ILS approach runway 23 with 11 miles to run.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, Southend Tower, evening, continue approach runway 23, wind 300 degrees, 10 knots.
Continuing Golf November Yankee. Okay, so the glide path's coming in, Paul. Once we get the glide path here, I'm going to reduce to 18% power and pitch the nose down to follow that glide path, okay? So it's just coming in now, slowly reducing the power. Pitch down to 4 degrees. Follow that glide path. 18% power, and we have the glide path.
Good afternoon, EG7403, stand 4 with information, Mike, QNH 1013, request clearance to Amsterdam.
There you go, look at that. See that? It's following it perfectly. Yep. I'm slightly to the left by about 1 mile, so I'm going to correct that. The new heading. Wind's obviously a little bit stronger than anticipated.
After departure, noise abatement runway 23. Right turn on track.
So we should be with the runway centre, but obviously that's telling me where the runway centre line is. So I'm going to correct the angle slightly. See the descent's perfect.
Leaving altitude.
I'm just going to correct that slightly, because obviously wind's a lot stronger than what it should be. I'm looking at the approach, so we're climbing runway heading, 2,000 feet on the go around. He's going to initiate the go around. So let's correct back to the left as we come in on the ascent.
034, request access.
So look, 600, 500 feet per minute, 18% power, and at 500 feet, which is the IMC rated decision height, I'm going to put the full flaps in and go visual. Okay? So that's obviously if we're in cloud at the moment, we're simulating that we're in cloud, and I'm flying this approach all the way down to its minimum. The minimum is actually 200 feet, which it says on here is 238 feet. So actually, I'm wrong. It should be a minimum of 500 plus 40 feet. So make it 550 feet. 550 feet, I'm going to go visual, okay? And then he's going to initiate a go around for me, and then we do the one approach and then back to Stapleford. Happy? So I'm going slightly to the left, according to this. Obviously, if I looked out the window now, I can see the runway. If we was in cloud, I'd have no visual reference. And it'd be bumpy as well, so this would be all over the place. Got my 500 foot per minute. I'm probably slightly below that at the moment. Okay.
About 6034, be ready on reaching.
Hey, fired.
About 6034, roger. Golf November Yankee, after amendment to your missed approach instructions.
Go ahead, Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee on the missed approach, be a left turn, radar heading 140 degrees, climb to altitude 2,000 feet.
Okay, after the go around 140 degrees, altitude 2,000 feet for Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, correct.
I'm up to, yeah.
So the heading, I got select here is 140. Yep. Like that. And then I'm climbing up to 2,000, okay? There's obviously a jet taking off in front of us.
About 6034 via Alpha 1, runway 23, clear.
The wind's changed again slightly.
Degrees, 11 knots.
Wind's changing as we go down, so you've not just got to just go, oh yeah, that's going to work.
From the Yankee, continue for late go around clearance, traffic is an ATR departing runway 23.
That's all copied, continuing Golf November Yankee. Okay, so I'm slightly fine, I can correct that, there you go. Not bad. So there's an ATR departing, so obviously caution the wake turbulence, but he's going to initiate a go around left heading 140. Sort of set it up as that we're going to go around anyway.
Oh, now you would rely on your visuals.
Yep, so I'm going to go visually. There you go, thanks for reminding me. So flaps full. And obviously the approach speed of 75 knots, while also maintaining those pappies. The 2 reds, 2 whites is what you want. So I'll tell you where we would see the runway if it was foggy and the cloud base was 200 feet. Right about now, see it?
Yep.
So that's if we went to Nuki that day, that's where we would have seen the runway.
November Yankee, the wind 300 degrees, 12 knots, report in the left turn.
Golf November Yankees going around Wilco. Okay, so I've got airspeed, flaps up to takeoff position. Oh. Look at that. That is stunning. Wow, this is amazing.
Yankee, caution possible wake turbulence from the departing ATR.
Making a left turn now, Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, roger. About 6034, contact Southend director 132.455. Bye.
Mission height, flaps up, and look at Southend.
Still about 6034, talk to you later.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? That was amazing.
Special jet was taken.
That will make a good video. Ah, look at that. Beautiful Southend.
Altitude.
Okay, 1,000 to go.
Golf November Yankee, contact Southend director 132.455.
132.455 for Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, AFA.
Southend radar, very good evening again. Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, heading 140, climbing to 2,000, passing 1,600, request touch and go.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, radar again. Sorry, just confirm, do you want vectoring for an ILS again?
A-firm vectors for the ILS if possible, Golf November Yankee.
Roger, turn left heading 050 degrees downwind.
Left turn 050, Golf November Yankee.
So about 6034, contact London 121.230. Bye-bye.
Control 121230, school bar 6034, talk to you later.
Okay, level 2000, heading, coming around.
Golf November Yankee, understand it's touch and go, and then what's the intentions after that?
If we can route VFR back to Stableford, Golf November Yankee.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, roger, after touch and go then clear to leave Southend's controlled airspace on track towards Stapleford. VFR not above 2,400 feet.
Okay, after departure, on track Stapleford, 2,400 feet, Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, correct, and continue that left turn heading 040 degrees.
040, Golf November Yankee. Pretty nice view up here today.
Yeah, it's a nice evening.
So this is what flying's all about, my friend. What it's all about.
Turn left turn 320 degrees, boat leg.
Left turn 320 degrees, Golf November Yankee. So what I'm doing is 15 degrees, so the white and the white should be, so that's 15 degrees and the ball in the middle to that heading that he's just gave me, okay? You understand anyway, you've been with me a few times. It's quite smooth now.
Is that the maximum turning angle?
For IMC conditions, yeah. It's called a rate 1 turn, so...
What?
It's called a rate 1 turn.
Rate 1 turn.
Yep. So reducing the power again, maintaining 2,000 feet. And then we're waiting for 108 knots. Put the flap in.
Golf November Yankee 10 left heading 270 degrees, cleared ILS, runway 23.
Left turn 270, Golf November Yankee. And cleared ILS approach runway 23. Right, so this is my second approach. Heading 270, which is west. Okay. Maintaining 2,000, and we're looking for this yellow lubber line. Move to the middle, and then the two on the left and the right hand side to give us the glide path indication. So 50% power, maintaining 2,000 feet, 270 degrees heading, and no bank. And then there's the runway. The landing light is on. We got fuel sufficient to divert. I'm going to transfer a few bit across now because obviously the right tank's heavier. More fuel, so I'll transfer for 2 minutes. Reset that. There you go, 2 minutes on that. So when I get to 2 minutes, let me know. What a beautiful day. So the landing light's on this time. I didn't actually have it on the last time. That is very naughty. But obviously we've got it on this time, and we're making a touch and go for runway 23.
Golf Yankee 10 right heading 285 to close.
285, Golf November Yankee, that's copy. Wind's not too bad as forecast.
Yeah, it's pretty breezy up there, I'm guessing there.
We've had no turbulence at all. I'm quite surprised.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so there I'm closing on the localizer. 2,000, 5,000. The wind's pushing me all the way back onto it, look at that, perfect. And I'm waiting for these to come down. That was good, wasn't it?
Yep.
But obviously the wind correction angle is about 250, I think. On the, see the wind pushing us across on that one?
Yeah.
So the wind's pushing me that way. So the runway heading is 234. It's about 10 degrees drift to make it all the way down that line, I think. It's about that, but it did change earlier on as we went down.
Yankee, contact Southend Tower 127730.
127730, thanks for your help, and see you again in a minute. So, Southend Tower, and 5 miles to go. Southend Tower, Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, ILS approach, runway 23 with 5.5 miles.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, Southend Tower, good evening again, continue approach, number 1, wind 300 degrees, 10 knots.
Continuing Golf November Yankee. So 18% power, and we're descending with the glide path. Slightly late with that once. Oh, look at the moon. Cute.
Stop the fuel transfer.
Yep, thank you very much. So landing lights on, taxi lights on.
Leaving altitude. Leaving altitude.
The descent's okay. Slightly too much. So a bit more power. And following this line all the way down. So that line's got to remain centred, and these two have got to remain on the middle white bits. You see it?
Yep.
So that's obviously the glide slope, and this is the direction to the runway. This is providing the information that will get me down. The autopilot will follow that down. However, I'm doing this manually. Not bad today. Obviously it's not that bumpy at the moment. A little bit of turbulence, but other than that it's okay. So I'm slightly to the left, probably about half a mile. To the left, or a quarter of a mile actually.
Golf November Yankee, runway 23, clear touch and go, wind 290 degrees, 10 knots. Runway's wet, wet, wet.
Clear touch and go, runway 21 left, copy, Golf November Yankee. Okay, landing light, taxi light, 1,100 feet. So when we get to 500 feet again, so 500, full flaps, and we're touching on the runway this time, and then flaps up, down the runway, full power, and back up, okay? And the runway heading for initial 500 feet, back to Stapleford.
Runway wet.
Yeah, so it was raining earlier.
Why did you have to say it 3 times?
Because there's 3 parts of the runway. The beginning, the middle and the stop end. Obviously you can have the thunderstorm go over the, obviously a part of the runway. And obviously one end be wet and the other be dry. And you could have snow on one end and no snow on one end. You get it? What a beautiful evening it was. Actually glad we waited. So there's 500 foot pull. So I've reduced the power, full stage of flaps in the white arc. And I'm looking for 75 knots to bring the airplane all the way down to the runway. That's the approach speed today because it's a bit wind check.
300 degrees or 10 knots.
I'm flying level. There we go, back on the approach. Golf November Yankee going around wind shear at 150 feet.
Golf November Yankee, Roger.
Did you hear the stall warner go off? Did you hear the stall warner go off?
Yankee, did you get a loss or a gain, and did you get a drift as well?
We got a drift and a loss of about 10 knots. It set the stall warner off, so we decided elected to go around the Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee, Roger. Confirm it's a right to left drift.
It was just all over the place, so we just elected to go around and it set the stall warner off.
Golf November Yankee, Roger, contact Southend Director 132.455, bye.
132.455, thank you very much, Golf November Yankee.